Welcome to Ready Set RC, and fresh off the heels of doing the overview of the Traxxas Slash 4x4 Ultimate, we have the Losi Tenacity TT Pro. You guys can kind of smell what I'm cooking here, right? Two short course trucks unboxed on the channel in a short span of time that I've had. This is another one for the last 2 years, sat up in my attic. It's time for a shootout, guys. And that's what I have on the channel coming out. So we're gonna do a very quick overview of the TT Pro. And then the next video you're gonna see with this truck is going to be the shootout with this and the Traxxas Slash 4x4 Ultimate. Similar to like how I did the Rally Challenge. Now, as I mentioned to you guys, I've had this truck for 2 years, so you guys know it is not a new model. Losi has come out with a few Tenacity since then. I think the Laser Nut was probably the last one that they released. Oh, it's not even clipped in. Nice. Now, when I bought this truck, guys, there was some major deal going on Horizon Hobby. It was like you get this plus a charger and all this other stuff. But we'll give this truck a once over. As I said, it's been sitting in my attic for 2 years, and just like with the Slash, had a little leaky shock. I wouldn't be surprised if something's up with this one too as well. Go through the boring stuff. They have some 4AA's, not even in a sealed package, just taped to the box. Let me know if you guys, if it came like that for you too. As I said, this has been 2 years since I've had this stuff sitting in the box like that, but yeah, the batteries are just taped to the box. I'm not even gonna open this up. This comes with your owner's manual, set of tools, does have your high-speed pinion also in here, and some decals in the package. As I mentioned, we're gonna go through this very quickly, guys. For the controller, you have a DX3 controller. I've done quite a few of these on the channel before. It has all of your settings on here. Also has the capabilities of capturing telemetry. There is a Bluetooth module you can connect to this, and it connects back to your phone. Now, the battery level monitor is only captured if you use Spectrum batteries. And here we are, guys. As you notice, I have the Brenthal Edition livery that's on here. This truck comes in 2 different versions. You have this Brenthal black and yellow version, and then there is a green and blue version that's also available. Feels really good, guys. This body does not feel thin at all. I'm not seeing any oil residue on the body inside. Windows are clear. And the body pins are tethered. As for the truck, we're gonna go through this really quick. You have an LED light bar up here in the front. This truck is a mix of composite parts and aluminum parts. What I like to say about this truck, and what I really like that Losi did, was they went back to their SCTE lineup and started implementing that more in the Tenacity lineup. And for you guys that don't know what I'm talking about, originally Losi had a line of trucks and cars that were based off of the SCTE line. They pretty much kept it very close to the SCTE, and they threw different bodies on there. Like you had I have the Rally version, there was a buggy version, there was a monster truck version, all very similar to what you see in the TT Pro. And the TT Pro has an aluminum chassis, aluminum shock towers front and rear, aluminum shocks. A lot of the parts that you want durability and stability in on this truck is kind of how they used to be built. And then after that, they started releasing the Tenacity line and basically took the truck and threw as much composite parts as they could to it and removing the aluminum. And you guys saw that with a lot of the previous models that were not pros on there. Just trying to give you guys a little bit of a history on it, because that's where it went. I think that's when I stopped buying the SCTE lineup, when they started going over to the Tenacity lineup. So this is my first Tenacity getting back into it, and I like what they did to this truck. I really like the compound of these tires. They feel firm, but they look like they're going to handle and speed perfectly with very minimal ballooning. These tires are licensed tires. They're Falcon Wild Peak tires. So going through it from front to back, you have a nice composite front bumper, nice support brace coming from the front bumper to the front shock tower. The bulkheads are all composite. Those shocks that I mentioned before are anodized aluminum. They are oil filled. There is a metal shock cap and they're metal body. Camber and toe is adjustable in the front. Going off through the center, you have a composite tower-to-tower brace on this truck. There is a center differential and its centered mount on the truck as well. In the front and also in the rear, you have composite body mounts. Also has an anodized aluminum shock tower. And then the shocks are the same as I mentioned in the front in regards to they're anodized in aluminum. They are a longer length because it is the rear of the truck. The rear bumper on here is all composite as well. Looking at the adjustments, there is only camber adjustments in the rear. Looks like CVDs in the front, dog bones in the rear. Multiple shock adjustments on the front and the rear of the truck. For electronics, we're looking at a 130 amp brushless ESC, and that is paired with a 3150 kV brushless motor. For the servo, we're looking at S614 metal geared servo. The servo horn on this is composite. All of the electronics that I mentioned in this truck, they are waterproof. What you will need to complete this RC is going to be a 2S or a 3S LiPo battery with a EC5 connector or an IC5 connector. A charger for that LiPo battery come with the AA's for the controller come with the RC. Taking a look underneath, we can see that aluminum chassis with a slight kick up right here in the front. Nothing going on in the rear. The Tenacity looks very impressive, guys. There are sway bars in the front and the rear of the Tenacity as well. And if I didn't mention it already, there is an LED light bar up in the front. The battery tray is adjustable, so there is an adjustment that they do come in the packages, and I know this because I've had other forms of this truck before. So there's an adjustable mount for the battery tray to raise it up to allow you to put bigger battery packs in here if you're running 3S packs that are a little bit too beefy for it. The battery is locked in with a body pin. I like it that they do have a tethered body pin onto the battery arm support that locks it in. So what's next for the TT Pro? As I mentioned, guys, a shootout is coming between this and the Traxxas Slash. I just want to do a once over with this truck. It's been sitting in my attic for 2 years. I want to make sure that this thing is up to snuff and ready for the shootout. But we're going to leave it here. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and TikTok for the latest updates to the channel. This is Ready Set RC, signing out. Thanks again, guys.